Hi, I'm Joe Lowley from Precision Match Timer, and today we're going to be reviewing Berry's QD-500 brass tumbler. As I mentioned in my cleaning brass video, I like using a dry tumbler for my match ammo. With corncob media and some polishing wax, the brass comes out just right for shooting matches. For a while now, I've used the Frankfurt Arsenal vibratory tumbler, and it has worked just fine for the most part. I have changed out the cheap wing nut that they give you with a plastic one from the hardware store. Makes it a little easier to put it on. But the other problem I had with the Frankfurt Arsenal one is this center post. It just screws down and has been working loose a lot. Even with some Loctite, the vibrations loosened it. So with a little research, I started to realize that all the vibratory tumblers are about the same. I finally settled on the Berry's tumbler for an important reason: the bowl. It is slightly smaller than the Frankfurt Arsenal, but still holds 200 pieces of 6BR brass. The shape of it does seem to move the brass around a bit more. The walls are a bit more curved, and the entire bowl is shaped more like a donut. The center column is sloped instead of just exposed like the Frankfurt Arsenal one. But the best part is the bowl is removable. You just pull up on this lever and remove the bowl. Why would you want to do that? Well, two reasons for me. I keep the motor out in my workshop. I run the tumbler out there to reduce noise and dust inside. I just keep the bowl here in my reloading room. I load it up and bring it out there. I used to have the whole thing inside, and it is harder to store in my cabinets. I could store everything outside and just bring the brass out, but it is pretty humid here and I don't have to leave the media out there then. It's just convenient. And secondly, after it is done running, I just detach the bowl and can easily pour the media and the brass into the media separator. Lifting this whole thing up and doing is just a little unwieldy. Again, not a hard thing to do. It is just simpler and nicer. You can also buy a second bowl and switch between them if you are running batches. What about noise? I was definitely afraid that one was going to be noisier than the other. Well, I did test to see if there was any difference. Let's take a look. All right, going to do a couple of tests. You can see that I have, this is my microphone, and I have it sitting on top of its neoprene case, so it maybe absorb a little bit of the vibrations of the bench top itself. So I'm going to do a couple of tests. We have media inside of both of them, and I'm going to run them with nothing in it and with brass in it, and open and closed, and we're going to see if we can tell much difference in how loud they are. So while there seems to be a different tone or pitch to the noise, I think they are pretty close in how loud they are. So that's a wash. One more tip for either tumbler is I use a simple Amazon timer. I'll put a link to it below. I just plug it in and press the 2-hour button, then I don't run it too long if I forget about it. Overall, I really like this Berry's QD-500 brass tumbler. I am glad to have it as part of the process now.